Hi, my name is Shannon and welcome to my channel. On here is where I like to talk and share about crafting, cooking, painting, gardening, and travel. Basically everything that gives me joy in my life and makes me me. Yeah. So today I wanted to talk and share with you some things on my knitting and crochet. As far as, let's see, how I got started in this, I want to say I learned how to knit first, and I can't really think back and pinpoint a specific time or a specific person who actually sat down and showed me. I wanted to say though, I learned when I was probably 12 or 13 years old. And I could have been, if I got it from a book and just sat down and started reading and just trying to figure it out myself, or if I had a friend show me how. I honestly cannot remember, but I know I have been doing it for quite a while now. As far as crocheting, I remember learning how to do that in high school, and I have a really good friend that we still get together, and she is the one that actually showed me how to crochet, and I've been doing it ever since. And I find that I love them both, but I know that if I want to get something done faster, I tend to go to crocheting. I'm not a quick knitter. I wish I was, but I'm not. But I think both of their stitches are so beautiful, and just depending on, what kind of stitches you use. So yeah. So I think I have some things I want to show you, and it's things, items that I have made within the past few years. I'm not one of those, and I see a lot of you on there that post like everything that you've made in a year. And I look at that and I'm just like, oh my gosh, oh, I wish I could do that. I wish, that was me. But honestly, I'm not like that. I really wish, like I said, I wish I was, but I'm not. Like I said at the beginning, I'm into cooking. I'm into all different types of different crafty stuff. So for me to sit down and just do knitting all the time, oh, I wish I could. But I get so distracted by so many other things that I see, and it's like, oh, I want to do that. I also see how so many of you out there have yarn galore. Yarn stashes, and trying to find where you put your yarn or display it nicely, and just, oh, I have to say, I don't. I'm the type of person that when I think of a project that I want to make, then I go out and I purchase the yarn that I want to use for that. The only stash of yarn that I have are just the little scraps that I have left over from my projects, and I don't really have that much yarn left. I probably have just like a little bin worth of scrap yarn. I envy you guys that have all that yarn, and it's just, to me, whenever I go into a yarn shop, it's like going into a candy shop. You just see all the colors and all the textures, and you just want to touch and everything, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, just ooh, it gets me so excited, and oh, I love it. And I wish I had in my own little space, my own like little candy shop of all my yarn displayed and stuff. I don't. I do, however, have plans to do like a hanging wall board when I get my yarns and display it that way, so it looks like a little shop in my craft area that I have here. So, but yes, I do. I just buy yarn as I go along when I'm going to do a project. So yeah. So the first thing I think I'm going to show you are, like I said, I'm going to go back a couple of years of things that I have made up to today. This is not everything I have, but just a little handful of things that I have done. Now this first thing is a shawl slash scarf right here. It is the hitchhiker pattern, and this was actually the pattern, and the yarn was actually given to me from my friend for a birthday gift. And this is actually the very first shawl, I'm going to call it a shawl, a very small one, that I ever made. And it was really easy. It was basically, it's a garter stitch, and it's just increases and decreases. And I really liked doing it. It was a quick knit to do for me. Kind of mindless, which is something that I need. So yeah, so let's see here. Like I said, it's not a very big shawl, but you know, you can wear it like this, or when I wear it though, I tend to wear it more like a scarf, and I will wrap it around and just like this. It's got a really pretty scalloped edging that's really pretty. It helps give it a nice look. But yeah, so this is how I will wear it when I have, and really cute with a real cute top and a pair of jeans, and there you go. So yeah, but like I said, this was, oh gosh, it's done with finger weight yarn, and yeah, I want to say it took one skein of yarn to do it. I can't tell you the weight of the yarn or anything that I had, but yeah, so that is, we will say, my very first shawl that I did. And I don't know if a lot of you on here have seen Stephen West, who is in Amsterdam, but I watch him on here, and oh gosh, he's so inspiring. Let alone all of you on here who, you know, show everything that you do and stuff, but he is so inspiring, and he's into shawls and other things I've noticed and stuff, like socks, but I will sit there at night and I will watch him, and I love how he shows the knit, and he'll go over again and again to do the stitches, and oh gosh, it's so relaxing to watch him. But he is into shawls, and for the most part, and there's quite a few on there that I see that, you know, I want to try. You can do it with him, knit along or what. And yeah, so I want to maybe try one of his, just to say I've done one of Stephen West's stuff. But I would love to go one day over to Amsterdam and go into his shop, and just, how fun would that be? Or let alone sit down with him and take a class, and he can, you know, teach how to knit. That would be so awesome. So awesome. And then from the cows, I started doing crocheting, getting back into that, and I made these little octopi here. And I'm not sure how many I have made, but I made them in, you know, just different colors, and I've tried to sell them, and have given them away before as baby gifts. But yeah, so I make these with the cotton sugar and cream yarn. But yeah, so when I would do these, it's like I would do one, put it together and everything, and then to whip them out even faster, then I would just do it like, you know, a whole bunch of the heads, and then I would just, you know, do all the little legs, and then a whole bunch, and then put them all together, you know, each one. I'd have everything ready for me to do them. But yeah, I thought these were really cute, and I love, like, I added like a little embellishments, like the ribbon or the bow, so you can tell it's a little girl. But yeah, I've made so many, and the colors I've done were just so real pretty and cute, and it's a fun, like, something to give somebody when they're having a baby. So yeah, so I was on a big kick with these. Like I said, I don't even remember how many I've done, but a lot. And okay, so my chevron purse bag. I made this with the sugar and cream, 100% cotton yarn, and it went pretty quickly for me. I've also lined it inside, a couple pockets. I added a zipper to it. Try to make it look as official as a purse as I can do. But I made the handle, okay, and we all know that, and I knew it at the time, and I don't know why, but when you know, crochet or knit a bag, and you put handles on it, and you put stuff in that bag, the handle tends to stretch and stuff. So I have gone back, after it stretched a little bit, went back and just did kind of a fix on the handles where I, you know, folded it over and then sewed it onto it like that, so it wasn't as long. But this is a crossbody purse. I'll show you. And it's really cute, actually. I've got a lot of compliments on it. But yeah, would I do another one? Probably. This pattern, maybe something different. But yeah, it was something fun. I enjoyed that. And I used this quite a lot, actually. So yeah. So that's my purse, my crochet purse. And okay, so the next thing, again, we're going on this whole crochet thing. I have done a slip cover pillow, and I have this pillow in my living room. But yeah, I just crocheted this as a slip cover. What I did, it's kind of a boho look on here. I did the bobble stitch, which I think is so cute, and right now it seems like it's really popular and everything. But it's a velvety, the velvet. This is that barn art yarn, almost like in a mustard color. And then I have another yarn that I used is sugar and cream on here. But as far as like for this pillow, for example, it's just one that the pattern itself and the design I came up with on my own. It was one of those, okay, this is how long my pillow is, okay, how many stitches do I need to do, you know, single or double crochet, and then, you know, okay, I'll add the next color here. Oh, I want to do the bobbles down here. So this is just something, a pattern, I'll say, that I came up with on my own. And then I also have in the same color, pretty much the same pattern, a square pillow in my living room. So yeah, this is really soft. My husband and my boys enjoy soft, touchy things and putting their head on soft things. So this was really nice. They really enjoy laying on this pillow. So yeah, so this was this. And then I probably did this one, I want to say 2 years ago. The purse was probably done like, oh gosh, it was done before COVID. As well as the octopus. Octopies. I did that before COVID too. And then I've always wanted to make fingerless gloves. I've never tried it. I have done a pair of socks before. And it's, for those of you who have done them, it's very similar to socks, only, you know, you aren't doing the heel on the toes or anything. And doing like, oh gosh, I'm not done, clearly I haven't done mittens or gloves before, so this was my first time doing it. I want to say I found a tutorial on YouTube, and that's where I learned how to do it. In fact, I enjoyed it so much that I have made a second pair of the same yarn, and when I was doing them, I had my sons try them on and see what they thought about them. And they both were like, oh my gosh, these are so cool. Oh, I want a pair. So I ended up going to the yarn shop, and I got them, like I did blue for them. And they wear theirs more than I wear mine. At least this past end of winter, springtime is when I did it, and they were wearing them, especially my youngest. He was wearing them all the time around the house. So yeah, but this yarn I actually got when I went to a yarn festival. It's in Yellow Springs, Ohio, and gosh, it was, again, like I said previously, all the yarn and, you know, hand dyed and spun and everything that they have there was just a candy and the kid in the candy store. It's so much, almost a little overwhelming, but it's like you want to purchase something almost from everybody, but I can't. I don't have the funds to. But I did find the yarn, and this is by, it's called Frogget Yarns, and they are in Pennsylvania. And the color is called Mixed Berries, and it is actually sock yarn. And it says 75/25 superwash merino nylon. And this was 555 yards. So like I said, I was able to make 2 pairs with this, and I still have some left over, and I don't know if I'm going to make maybe a smaller pair or if I'm going to do like a headband with it. So I'll have to wait and see. But yeah, so I really enjoyed doing that. I want to say, yeah, towards the end of winter time is when I made these. And yeah, so I was pretty pleased with myself on this. As simple as it is and looks, I was really pleased with myself. What I was really impressed with myself was I did a cardigan, and I actually made 2. So this isn't my first one. My first one I made, and it fit. Again, I was trying to listen and do the pattern and kind of guess my size, and it fit. It was nice, but it wasn't as long as I wanted it. I like my sweaters just a little bit below my waist, if not past my bum. But it was shorter than I really wanted it to be, so I end up giving that to a friend. And so I was like, okay, I'm determined to do one for myself, and I did. And this one is on YouTube. It's a make and do habitat cardigan, and the yarn I used is Lion Brand Heartland. And oh my gosh, this is so soft, and it washes well. And this is a crochet, so it took me a while because I was like, start it and then put it down and then do something else for a little bit and then pick it back up. So I didn't finish it as soon as I wanted to, but it got done. So that is a super plus for me. And yeah, so it's nice and long. And when I was making it, the collar, I actually made it a little wider. So the collar actually goes from here to here. And that is because when I was making it, it was more or less closing like this. And I'm a person that, you know, I like to close my sweaters up like that, get nice and cozy, and drink my coffee, pour my tea. And it wasn't there yet, so I just kind of kept adding rows with the collar. But yeah, so this is this. It's nice and long. It flows really well. And again, I was so excited that I did this. I was so happy, and when I've worn it, you know, I get compliments and everything. So yeah, it just makes you feel good. So yeah. But I would recommend, this was a really simple one to do. It's basically, you know, you're just doing rows in a rectangle shape, and then, you know, you're just kind of folding in the ends and stitching that up, and then making the sleeves, and then adding your collar to it. And it's really quick. I would do this again. So yeah, but yeah, the color's like a sea foamy green. So And then after I finished that, I got into, I've always been into blankets. I'm a huge fan of blankets. If it's not knitting or crocheting, then it's sewing quilting blankets. And can you hear my neighbor's dog's outside? I wonder if my boys are out there running around and it's got the dog all wild and stuff. But anyways, so I'm into blankets. I love doing them for baby gifts as well as for myself. My closet, there's quite a few in there, and yeah, so I did this one. Oh gosh, it was this year. Actually kind of a couple months ago I started it, and then so we're into June. Oh, I want to say very beginning of May I finished this, but it's the bauble pattern again. I thought this was so precious for a baby, and I just did the bauble. This is all it's velvet, and it is chenille, and the chenille is by Lion Brand Yards. So the colors were Arctic Ice and Blue Granite. And like I said, I went to go get them and they do not carry it anymore. So I was just like, oh, I can get it online. But I kind of wanted to be done with it quickly. So I just thought, okay, I'm not going to end it in the blue. I'll just end it in the white. And then I did, you know, a trim all the way around. This is that. There's the other side. And it is about the size for a baby if you wanted to lay it on the floor and, you know, put the baby down on it, their car seat or a stroller. Yeah, so I just thought this was so beautiful, and it's so precious, the colors and everything's so soft, and it's not your typical like baby blue. Yeah, so I was pretty excited when I got this done. And while I was doing it, I was thinking, you know, maybe I should do a pink one. So I have gotten the yarn and I've kind of started this pink one. And again, like I said, when I went to go get, initially when I got the yarn for the baby blue blanket, they had it in like a dusty rose color and a like a blush color. And I was like, okay, as soon as I'm done doing this one, I'll go and get those colors, and I'll do the, you know, one for the pink one. And of course, with them not having it, I can order it, but again, I don't want to wait for that. So that was at, oh gosh, Joann's. So I ended up going to Michael's and looking to see, and they pretty much have the colors that I wanted, but as far as the yarn itself, not quite. This yarn, this is called Coral, is a little thicker than what I initially wanted, but it's still really soft for baby. Whereas this color, which is blush, is like the velvet, but it's a little thicker than the other velvets that I used. But of course I'm going to make it work, and these will be, I'll fix that, the colors that I want. And it's still like, it's, the pattern is a work in progress right now. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do this, but as far as the length, it's kind of like the blue one, just enough for, you know, a baby on the floor or to cover them in their stroller car seat. But yeah, I know I want to do the bauble with this one, but with the blush color being a little thicker, and the baubles are a little bit bigger, I'm not sure if this is how I'm going to do it or not. Like I said, I'm still playing with it, but this is what I'm on right now. And I want to get this done as soon as possible. So I need to get on it. I am also the type that when I do projects, like, you know, I get the yarn that I need for what I need. I pretty much do one project at a time. I don't have multiple things going on just because it might confuse me. Honestly, I might get confused, or I'll go back and be like, okay, now how was I doing that again? And just kind of rip out the stitches or whatever, unless it's something I work on back to back. You know, one day here, one day this one. But I usually just have one project going on at a time. And I really would like to get more. Maybe, like I said, I've done one pair of socks, and I do want to do another pair of socks, and I want to do them with Stephen West. I want to watch one of his videos that I saw the other night on socks, so I'm going to watch him here. I'm going to try doing that. When I did do my socks, I know I did it from top down, and I did one at a time. And to do two of them at the same time would be great, because then you do get the same amount of stitches and you get done. You don't have to be like, oh, I finished one sock, now I'm going to do another, two, and done. So yeah, and then I want to do a sweater. Nothing elaborate, just a nice pullover, maybe some puffy sleeves, real cute waisted sweater, so we'll see. And I don't want to be a talker here and then like you guys be like, well, wait a minute, Shannon, what about that sweater? Or you're showing us all this other stuff, you know, down the road. Wait a minute, you never did that sweater, did you? I want to do it, and even if if I get the yarn on the needles and start it, I'll show you just so you know, but fingers crossed with that one. So yeah, I always have so many things that I'm looking for ideas on what to do, and I get on, like I said, Pinterest just to see. I've got a board of different things, and I have to say I'm pretty pleased with myself that there are a lot of things on there that I've seen that I've done. I used to make dolls like I did for the octopus, but I've done dolls. I have done headbands. Again, when I get into doing something, I kind of keep on that same route. So I've done quite a few headbands and the cows. Okay, so these are some of the items that I have made, and I was thinking about it, and we're all on here, you know, showing and sharing the things that we did, and it almost, I mean, it does. It reminds me of back in the day when we were, you know, in grade school, and you got to bring something in and share it with the whole class and talk about and everything. So this is kind of like what I felt like I was doing. This is my little show and tell for the day. My knit and crochets. I have said before that on my channel, I just do a little bit of different things. I don't kind of stick to one thing. I would, gosh, I could say I'm nervous that I won't come up with quite enough content if I just did one specific thing or not. I'm not sure. This really is my second video that I'm putting out there, and my first one, if you want to go and check it out, it is about my space that I do all my crafting in. For the most part, I do some things up in the house, but I kind of show you around my craft space and kind of tell you how I got started in it and everything. So if you want, you can go check that out. It is called Welcome to the Cottage, and my channel is Shannon's Cottage Life. So yeah, go check that out so you can see. But I thank you for being here, and until next time, I will talk to you later. Take care. Bye.